Look at me, 92 years. You know, at this age, I've become a survivor by default. I have outlived my wife. I have outlived almost all of my friends. And, funnily enough, I've even outlived the enemies I used to spend my youth hating. But here's the most important thing. I've outlived the version of myself that used to stay awake at night wondering what people thought of me. Right now, I am standing at the very edge of a cliff. I can see the bottom as clear as day, and before I go over, I feel like I have a duty to turn around, look at all of you still back there at the party, and tell you what I see. Most of you, you're living a lie. I see you walking around with this arrogant, comfortable delusion that you have time. You treat your days like they are cheap, like you have an infinite supply of them in some cosmic bank account. But let me give you a reality check from someone whose account is nearly empty. You are broke. We are all going to die. You know this intellectually, don't you? But you don't know it. You don't feel the cold steel of that truth against your neck. Because if you did, you wouldn't be living the way you are right now. Let me tell you about a man named Jack. The year was 1968. Jack was my best friend. He was smarter than me, better looking than me, and he was certainly richer. Jack was a shark in the business world. One night, we were having a drink, celebrating a massive deal he had just closed. Jack was puffing on a Cuban cigar, leaning back in his expensive leather chair, and he looked at me and said, "Frank, 5 more years. That's the strategy. I'm going to grind for exactly 5 more years. I'll hit my number, and then I'm done. Then I'll take Mary to Italy. Then I'll finally learn to paint. That's when I'll start living." Jack had a plan. He had a roadmap. He was 42 years old. 3 days later, Jack walked out of his office building, suddenly grabbed his chest, and hit the sidewalk before he even realized he was falling. A massive heart attack. Jack never went to Italy. He never touched a paintbrush. Standing over his casket, I realized the tragedy wasn't that Jack died. We all die. The tragedy was that Jack spent his entire existence waiting to live. He treated his life like a waiting room, a temporary place to stay until a better future arrived. A future that never bothered to show up. A week after the funeral, I went to his office to clear out his desk. You know what I found? His calendar was booked solid for the next 6 months. His inbox was overflowing with urgent messages. The world didn't stop for a single second because Jack died. The company replaced him in 2 weeks. His clients forgot his name within a year. And right, Bejur, when I look at you people decades younger than me, I see Jack. You are telling yourselves the same lie. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll take that trip when the kids are older. I'll forgive my brother when he finally apologizes. Listen to me. There is no later. There is only one now. If you are trading your now for a later that isn't guaranteed, you are making the worst bet in the history of gambling. Let's talk about your stuff. I look at your generation and I see an obsession with accumulation. You spend your health to get wealth, and then you spend your wealth to try and get back your health. It's a vicious circle. You buy things you don't need, with money you don't have, to impress people you don't even like. Look at me now. I live in this one small room. I have a bed. I have a chair. I have a single photograph of my wife, Eleanor, on my nightstand. I used to have the big house. I used to have the luxury cars, the ones with the leather that smelled like success. I had a garage full of toys. And I am telling you now, with the absolute clarity of the end game, it is all garbage. I have been to a lot of funerals in 92 years, and I have never not once seen a U-Haul trailer following a hearse. When you die, your kids aren't going to cherish your stuff. They're going to hire a stranger to come into your house and throw 90% of your precious belongings into a dumpster. The other 10%? They'll sell it at a yard sale for quarters. That is the sum total of your materialism, future trash. So why are you killing yourself to buy it? Why are you working 60 hours a week, missing your daughter's childhood, missing the sunsets, just to pay for a car that sits in traffic? It is madness. And you won't realize it's madness until you are sitting exactly where I am sitting. And by then, it's too late to return the merchandise. Let me tell you about my big victory. The year was 1979. I won the Businessman of the Year award in my city. It was a massive banquet, black tie, 5-star food. When they called my name, I walked up to that podium and the room erupted. People stood up. They cheered. In that moment, I felt like a god. I felt like I had finally won the game. I went home that night holding this heavy, polished trophy. But when I walked through my front door, the house was dark. Eleanor was asleep. My kids were asleep. I sat at my kitchen table, alone, drinking a scotch and staring at that piece of glass. And suddenly, the silence was deafening. I realized that the applause had stopped. The people at that dinner didn't love me. They loved what I could do for them. But the people upstairs, the people who actually loved me, I had neglected them for months to win that trophy. I missed my son's varsity games to stay late at the office. I missed my anniversary dinners to close mergers. And for what? That trophy is currently in a box, in a basement, somewhere. I don't even know where it is. It means nothing. But the memory of my wife's sad eyes when I told her I couldn't make it home for dinner, that memory is right here. He taps his chest. That stays. You think your career is your legacy. It's not. It's a transaction. You are selling the hours of your life hours you will never, ever get back to build someone else's castle. If you drop dead today, your job would be posted online before your obituary even hit the papers. Do not worship at the altar of your career. It will not love you back. It will not hold your hand when the lights go out. So, if the money is fake, and the career is a trap, and the stuff is garbage, what is left? What is the only thing that actually matters? I'll tell you what's left. The only things you get to keep in this life are the things you gave away, the love you gave, the time you gave, the connection you built with another human soul. I sit here in this chair every day, and I don't replay my business deals. I don't think about the profits or the awards. I replay the Sunday mornings with Eleanor, when the light hit the kitchen table just right. I replay the sound of my daughter laughing when she was 3 years old, running through the sprinklers in the backyard. I replay the time I helped a stranger push his car out of a snowbank and saw the relief in his eyes. That is the only wealth there is. Everything else is just smoke. So, here is my challenge to you. Here is the no-nonsense strategy for the rest of your life. Number 1, kill your ego. You are so terrified of looking foolish that you don't take the risk, you don't start the business, you don't ask the girl out, you don't say what you really feel. And why? Because you are afraid of what they will think. Let me liberate you right now. Nobody is watching you. They are too busy worrying about themselves. You are the main character only in your own head. To everyone else, you are just background noise. Stop letting your fear of other people's judgment paralyze you. Their judgment will rot in the ground right next to them. Number 2, practice the last time. This is an old technique, and it will change your life if you let it. Every time you do something, anything, remind yourself that one day you will do it for the last time. One day you will pick up your child for the last time. One day you will kiss your spouse for the last time. One day you will drink a cup of coffee and watch the sunrise for the last time. You don't know when that day is. It could be 10 years from now. It could be tonight. If you live with that knowledge, you will never take a moment for granted again. You will actually taste the coffee. You will hold the hug a little longer. You will listen when people speak. Number 3, wake up. I am 92 years old. My back hurts. My eyes are dim. My bones are brittle. But you? You have the golden ticket. You have your health. You have your youth. You have your strength. And yet, you are spending it scrolling through a phone, looking at other people's lives. You are numbing yourself to avoid the discomfort of being alive. Stop it. Go outside, feel the wind on your face, look at the sky, and realize how small you are. Call your mother. Forgive your enemy, not for their sake, but because you don't have time to carry the luggage of hate anymore. We are all going to die. It is the only guarantee we have. But most people never actually live. They just exist. They stay safe. They stay comfortable. And then they expire. Don't be like Jack. Don't wait for the 5-year plan. Eat the good food. Buy the plane ticket. Say, I love you first. Because the clock is ticking. Can you hear it? That is the sound of your life running out. Don't let it run out empty. I'm tired now. My time is almost up. But yours is still here. Go live.